Hi friends, and welcome back to the channel for Luther Perkins 101 Part 4. So today we're talking about reverb. We're going to talk about this reverb tank right here. And Luther had one in 1961. That's when Fender introduced them, and they discontinued them in 1966. The tube-driven model they discontinued. They brought them back as a reissue in the 90s. But today we're going to talk about it, and we're going to talk about Tennessee flat top box and some of the picking patterns that they used in the 60s and where you can find the reverb unit sounds on any of the records or live shows. So hope you enjoy this video and stick around. We're going to get right into it. Alright, so we're going to talk a little bit about the upgraded picking pattern that Luther used throughout the 60s. That pattern right there. Now, it uses the top 4 strings, and it's like a little bit of a flick on your pick. So it's like you start off on your 6th, or playing an E chord. This guitar is tuned up in half a step. So we're going to just start off on your 6th, strum down, and then you're going to hit your 5th, and you're going to just do a little flick. That's your picking, that's your basic picking pattern. And you'll notice that the picking pattern kind of changes throughout songs too. So for instance, you got songs like Busted where it only utilizes the top 3 strings here, like we'll do a little Big River as a demonstration as well. Like I said before, the reverb tank was used on Tennessee flat top box, which uses a 3-string method, and I'll just demonstrate a little bit of it. I'm not going to really get into detail on the 3-string method, just because it's only on a few different songs. And so the 4-string method is on the majority of the songs in the 60s, so we'll get into that in the next few videos as well. But the Tennessee flat top box starts off in the A chord. These reverb units consist of 3 settings. They got a tone, a mixer, and a dwell. Your tone is for how sharp of a tone you want for your reverb. Your mixer is a wet and dry signal, so wet signal being from the reverb unit and dry signal being from the guitar and amplifier. And then your dwell is the strength of the signal going to your spring in the unit. Now, I have my settings here, so the settings that I used on the video are set to 6, 5, and 5, and this also has a dampener on it, and I'll explain a little bit about the dampening sound that was used on the new River Ranch show. So I'll just demonstrate that right now. So this is the same settings I used throughout the whole video, just with the dampener on it, just to kind of give you a little bit of an example of what it sounds like with the dampener off and then with the dampener on. So you can hear there's a lot of decay inside it. Okay, so again, here is with the dampener off. I'm going to mention that the amplifier I'm using today is a Fender Vibrolux reissue, just for this video. It does not have a mid on it, so I'm using the bright channel. You may have a mid on your amplifier, and if you have one of these reverb tanks, if you don't want it as sharp, I would suggest turning off the bright, and that would help a lot. But my settings for today are volumes on 3, my trebles on 10, and my bass is on 3, and then the reverb's obviously shut off. Now, going to the Boss reverb pedal. So if you have a Boss 63 Fender reverb pedal, follow those settings that I had on here, and then you'll have to tweak them a little bit more, because obviously it does not have a spring inside it, so it's going to be a little less sensitive as one of these are. But hope you enjoyed this video, and I'd like to give a shout out thanks to my subscribers for joining me today, and feel free to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for the next video.